people talking and you're seeing like, that steam from their mouth. I'm like, ooh, it is cold out there.
It's that kind of cold.
Yes.
Yeah. And hey, if you are going to be spending some time outside, the good news is that those temperatures are climbing closer to what's considered normal. The not so good news is that our pollen count, mold considered at a low. I know that's a little bit something just in the air that can get to you if you're sensitive to mold. So that's just something to take into consideration. And hey, today, like I said, those temperatures climbing. Yesterday, we struggled to get out of the 30s during the afternoon, but today the temperature climbs to 53 degrees in Dallas, about 52 in Fort Worth, 48 in McKinney, and 49 in Denton. So overall, it'll be feeling a little bit more like January or early January. This evening, though, it cools off and it happens quick. That generally happens when we have dry air in place and a clear sky overhead. About 40 degrees by around 9, overnight low of 32 degrees. I showed you that picture of frost that I had on my card this morning. Some of us will probably see it again tomorrow morning, especially if you park somewhere that's not covered. Temperatures across the country much cooler across Chicago, closer towards the Great Lakes. Otherwise, we're just looking at high pressure, no major things going on across the country, with the exception of more moisture across the Pacific Northwest and that system that brought us the cold weather. It's now pushing in along portions of the mid-Atlantic, and that's what's causing some snow and some rain for the north and east. High pressure taking over here, bringing us a south wind. That south wind coming from a drier place, which is why it is noticeably drier out. So tomorrow we warm up again, but Wednesday our next front arrives. This one doesn't pack quite the same punch as the one that we saw here over the weekend. With this front, we're going to see our wind shift out of the north, slightly cooler air drops in. We'll really notice it during our morning time temperatures mid and late week, and even the potential for some rain along our far eastern counties, more towards East Texas into Louisiana and Arkansas, with a threat of winter weather there. Not the case here. We stay completely dry throughout this week. So over the next 6 days, this is how it plays out. Today we'll be in the low 50s. Tomorrow that south wind helps us warm up even more to about 62 degrees, and then that front comes in on Wednesday and drops our high to 58, but 45 on Thursday, 49 on Friday. So again, a little bit of a roller coaster this week. We're right now on the upside of our temperatures before we start to take a dip down. Looking ahead, though, in the next 2 weeks, it does look like the state of Texas with above normal temperatures as we approach the middle part of January, with below normal rainfall amounts. This generally is something that we see during a La Nina winter, and it's likely something that we'll continue to see for the next couple of months. So again, today it's going to be mostly sunny. It's going to be chilly, but not as cold as yesterday. High temperatures topping out in the low 50s with a wind out of the south at 5 to 10. And tonight, yes, another cold night ahead. Be sure to bring in those sensitive plants. Make sure the pets are inside. Temperature does drop to about 32 degrees. A few of us may even see that temperature dip slightly below that freezing point. In your 10-day forecast, sunshine. Look at this. At least the next 7 days with sunshine. Temperature of 51 today, 62 tomorrow, but look at our morning lows. About 32 tomorrow morning, 39 on Wednesday, back to 32 on Friday, and then we dip back into the mid-20s on Friday morning. So another very chilly start to the day there. Temperatures this weekend, though, not looking too bad. Look at us, mid-60s with morning lows in the 30s and 40s. That's something that we typically like to see here.